Hi, Namaste. My name is Henry Jadike. Today I would like to give commentaries on a video that I filmed in 2014 with David GODMAN on the process of self-inquiry. When I first met David GODMAN in 2011, the president of the Ramana Ashram told me that David GODMAN was the best person to explain in English what self-inquiry was all about. Then we met again in 2014 for a more extensive explanation of what self-inquiry is all about and how it is to be practiced. At the time, I knew little about the actual process of self-inquiry. Now, in 2023, I know a little more. I am making this video because I think that David GODMAN is the greatest scholar on anything regarding the life stories of Sri Ramana Maharishi. But now I disagree with David GODMAN on a very important point on how we should practice self-inquiry. Basically, David here explained that we should not focus on the heart center, the right side of the heart. We should only ask the question and deal with the mind, asking the question, the mind watching the mind about the origin of I. And I say that I think it is better to focus on a point at the right-hand side of the so-called fleshy heart. So first, let's talk about a famous book, Ramana Maharishi and the Path of Self-Knowledge. Now, this is a very interesting story, as in 1974, David GODMAN was at the university and he was an avid reader, so he went to the local library and looking at the different books on Eastern philosophy, someone on the other side of the shelf pushed some books, and lo and behold, this great book fell in the hands of David GODMAN. He said that after reading that book, it made him silent. And this was the beginning of his journey serving and writing about Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharishi. And now in 2023, he is still at it. So a very important part of that book, Arthur Osborne writes, the instruction was to sit in meditation asking, who am I? At the same time, focusing the attention on the heart, not the physical organ on the left side of the chest, but the spiritual heart on the right side of the chest. So it's clear here that Mr. Osborne said the instruction is to bring the attention to a point at the right side of the chest. I am for the way of the heart. There's ancient yoga traditions in India that have been practiced by the rishis for thousands of years. One of them is Raja Yoga, where you bring your attention to your heart center. There's many other paths like the Kriya Yoga of Paramahamsa Yogananda, the Siddha Yoga, and the Sant Mat traditions all recommend to bring the attention to the Ajna chakra, not as a place, as Mr. Godman mentioned, that you have to focus. It's more like a port of entry into your own consciousness. In Tibetan Buddhism, there is many technique where you visualize the inner sun inside your chest, bringing the attention to the heart center to develop your bodhicitta, your inner Buddha, to develop love, kindness, compassion. These virtues can be cultivated, and I don't see why these virtues should not be cultivated, and at the same time you can practice self-inquiry. One thing is for sure, self-inquiry means mindfulness. You have to be here and now in order first to be able to witness your mind, saying, I am this and I am that, and tomorrow I will be this and I will be that after tomorrow. You have to be able to witness the mind. But the idea that is repeated in Mr. Godman's video are words like the I has to vanish, the I has to disappear, the extinguisher must extinguish the experience. And in some other video, he mentioned even killing the mind. This can become a mental speculation type of game. I have met in my travel around the world some people practicing some form of self-inquiry, and they're all mind and not much heart. I am for developing the qualities of the heart. I like a path that has a heart. I have met some great monks in various traditions, and the one that were the most loving, kind, gentle human being were practicing some form of heart cultivations of virtues and quality, such as love, kindness, and compassion. Now, to think that asking a questions will make your mind disappear, extinguish. My 4 kids don't want my mind to be extinguished right now. Not even my husky dog, who depends on me for his walk every day. I prefer thinking that I am a divine being and that I have access to that source through some form of mystical process. Be Raja Yoga, Kriya Yoga, Siddha Yoga, and the many Buddhist paths and Christian mystical paths, such as monks that practice for all of their life, bringing the attention to the heart, the prayer of the heart. Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy upon my soul, bringing the attention to the heart as their inner temple, as their inner sanctum. Santa Teresa de Avila talks about the 7 churches in the body, the heart being the most important. I disagree completely with David Godman. Maybe for some rishis living in caves in the Himalayas, or someone that doesn't have anything else to do in this world, maybe this very rare person is ready to extinguish the self. I prefer a path where you go inside yourself on a constant basis, if you can, and bring love, kindness, compassion, in this world.
One story I really like is that Annamalai Swami, one of Bhagavan's devotees, he used to do this practice, and he told Bhagavan about it, and Bhagavan said, no, that's not the way to do it. And Annamalai Swami gave a really lovely analogy. He said that just as electricity comes into your house at a particular point, where your meter is normally in your fuse box, and that from that place it spreads out to all your lights and sockets inside the house. There is a place in your body where the I thought appears before it spreads out and says, this is my body, this is my mind. That place is the heart center. And he says, just as you don't experience electricity by staring at the meter box in your house, he said, in the same way, you don't experience the self by staring at the place in the body where the I thought originates and rises to the brain.
There is the discoveries of ArtMath. You can find all these information at heartmath.com. ArtMath has developed computer programs that can read your mood. I have worked with those programs. I try to bring my attention to the right side of the heart while doing these experiments with the software of HeartMath. It works the same because we have an intelligence within our own heart. It has now been proven scientifically. It is the seat of the intuition. And that you focus there or that you focus on the right-hand side, I got the same results. I would like to leave you with this verse of the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 40. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect you from the most dangerous type of fear. It's a gradual process. So if you are one of the person practicing self-inquiry as taught now by David GODMAN, wonderful. If you are one of those person that practice self-inquiry, bringing your attention to a point on the right side of the chest, wonderful. My only wish is that you make advancement, that you become at least a better you, that you become more loving, more kind, more compassionate to yourself and everyone you meet. Thank you very much, and namaste.